Hi Gemini, welcome. So Gemini, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it's a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And my readings are timeless. I just trust that when this finds you, it's for you. So, Gemini, wow. I actually started the reading, got a few cards out. And then my throat chakra started going crazy. I started coughing. I felt like I couldn't breathe for a second. I had to stop the camera. And that same exact thing happened when I did your spiritual reading. And if you didn't check that reading out, scroll through my playlist, check it out. But yeah, what is going on with the throat chakra, Gemini? I will also say that when I was meditating and preparing for the energy, I felt kind of like, how do I say this? I felt kind of like this argumentative type of vibe around me. I don't know if like you have someone in your energy, Gemini, that is very argumentative, or this person you're connecting with is, or maybe you're coming off that way, or maybe just simply it's you arguing with you in your head. You know what I mean? Have you ever had one of those days where like you catch yourself continually playing out like an argument in your mind, or having a conversation with someone in your mind to where it consumes you? Like something like that going on in the atmosphere, okay? And if this isn't you dwelling in that way, then it's very well the person you are connecting with. So let's get into it and see where this is headed. You have the moon, Jupiter, and Taurus here. Pisces, Taurus energy for some of you. This is talking about your feelings, your instincts, your intuition, nurturing yourself. Very emotional energy. And then Jupiter's talking about luck, enthusiasm, optimism, expansion. And then that's paired with this very earthy, practical, productive vibe. So it's like a whirlwind of things that may be going on energetically for you, Gemini. And you could be bouncing through, like really being nostalgic in your feelings. And then the next day, you know, being very optimistic or feeling very light. And the next day, maybe wanting to be more of an introvert and practical. I mean, we all go through ebbs and flows. Like sometimes we feel like being extroverted, sometimes we feel like being introverted. But I feel like kind of like this roller coaster of energy and emotions coming through in and around you, Gemini. So let's see what your crowning energy is. The Six of Wands, which talks about success, recognition, attention. You could be really just very magnetic right now, Gemini, or getting a lot of attention from this person. Card they have. And then I also got a message about playing with the cards that you're dealt with. Okay. This person has the Five of Wands. Okay, that's what it is. This person feels like they've been dealt a difficult hand of cards, like they're being tested by life or by the universe or because of the connection. They're talking about life circumstances, life events that this person has found themselves in that may have really pushed their limits or pushed their triggers or tested them in some way. And they carry this as like a chip on their shoulder. Okay, so I feel like this person's energy is coming in hot, right? Coming in strong. So let's see. It's interesting because I feel like there's something in you that they recognize that you've overcome that they are still battling with. Okay, so there's a recognition coming in around the connection as well. So let's go into what led up to the now, Gemini, recent past energy. And then we're going to look at your perception of each other, how you genuinely feel underneath it all, and most likely future outcomes. So recent past energy. Ooh, those cards shot out. The Magician, the Star, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Swords. So a lot of you have manifested some sort of healing or wish fulfillment when it comes to this connection or your life in general. There's like this feeling of overcoming. Yeah. And they're giving me the song I'm a Survivor by Destiny's Child. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. Sorry. I had to sing it to get it out of my head. Yeah, I'm definitely getting like this high octane energy from you, Gemini. It's like almost like exhilarating, and at the same time I'm hearing pump the brakes. So there's like this huge shift in your energy where you have manifested some sort of alignment or wish fulfillment or healing, where you've overcome something and you know it and you're smarter now, right? And I feel like you may have had this rest period too, where things kind of calmed down in your life. If there was a lot of growth or lessons coming in, you might have hit a plateau where things finally felt like they're coming together, or that you can see the dots lining up, where you have some sort of reprieve is what I feel. But I definitely feel you in your power, Gemini, or feeling that you are, you know, coming into that arena of your life. There's been major expansion just since the last time I read for you. So let's see what this person's recent past is. 3 of Cups. Six of Pentacles. 10 of Swords, Ace of Swords in the reverse, and the 4 of Swords. So it's really interesting is that you and the person you're connected with both ended on the 4 of Swords. Except in this person's energy, it's like things started to come together for them. Things started opening up. And then they feel tested. So I feel like, Gemini, for you, it's like you were going through maybe a rough time, then things plateaued. Now you're on this expansion route, right? Where you're overcoming a lot of things. So this person, they started to make progress in that direction where things were coming together and lining up, and they were feeling a little less heavy. But then confusion set in, or something wasn't clear to them, and they felt tested. Okay, so for them it feels like they started to make progression with you, but then went backwards. Okay, I feel like this person has difficulty understanding you or understanding their purpose. Really, this person might have had a lot of life lessons where they have had to examine or re-examine self, and maybe they've arrived at some sort of conclusion that they're always being tested or something, or that their purpose is to overcome some sort of test here. It's interesting because this person has come to peace with this. Like, they're not grappling with this energy. They are in a space of acceptance about it. Like, and I heard it is what it is. So interesting, right? Let's go into perception then, and how you perceive each other in the current energy. And then we're going to go deeper into how you both genuinely feel. So how does this person, how do you feel towards, no, what is going on in the headspace? Wow, I almost feel like the energy is running super fast too. Like a mile a minute. Like, my thoughts are very active, okay, Gemini, which you are an air sign, so your brain is pretty much always active, but it might feel like hyperactive almost. For whatever reason, I don't know. 5 of Cups, 3 of Wands. So, and then the 7 of Cups and the 8 of Cups. So this is interesting, Gemini. This is showing up in the headspace. I feel like there is some sort of regret here, but you're moving past it. You're moving forward. I think right now it's all about what you want for yourself. It may be difficult for you to choose your next path, though. But that's interesting to me because you've done a lot of work on yourself here, and you've come to peace with something, and I feel like you've overcome a lot. And yet, it's almost like, now what? You know what I mean? Like, Do I try something new, you know, or do I stick with the options I currently have? I feel like that's what's probably being weighed the most in your mind right now, Gemini, or at least when it comes to this connection. I just feel like don't rush yourself through a situation. I heard the pain. Don't rush yourself through the pain. I just get like this sense of like wanting to like push through or rush through something, Gemini. And that's why the energy is so intense, okay? But they're saying to remember to enjoy the journey, right? A lot of times what we think are life lessons are actually just experiences that we can grow from, and to try and see it as like one big fun journey of life, you know, to like change your perspective. Because I feel a lot of this rushed energy where you're maybe making yourself feel like you need to cram all of this stuff into a certain amount of time, you know, as if we're not eternal, as if there is some marker on that, or a benchmark you're supposed to meet or something. I don't know. Like there's something going on in the headspace that's really making you uncomfortable when you don't need to be uncomfortable. And Spirit is saying, relax, just chill out and relax and enjoy the day. You can only have control over one moment. That's the present moment. And either you're in love with the present moment or you're not. Either you're in alignment right now or you're not. That's it. That's what they want you to concentrate on. So I do find it difficult to concentrate during this reading. You might also feel a little bit scattered or all over the place, Gemini. And I didn't mean to go on that spiel, but that's kind of what I was getting. I just feel like when it comes to this connection, all right, let's take it out of the general and bring it towards the connection. There's some choices that need to be made, right? And I feel like right now you are looking at those choices as to what would fit best in the big picture, in what makes sense. And also I feel like you're in this space where if it's not contributing to your healing, it's probably not worth keeping. Okay? So let's see this person's perception of the connection. Person's perception of the connection. Wow, there's so many duplicative cards. The star, the Four of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Five of Cups. Some of you might be dealing with Aquarius or have that in your chart. There's your energy, the Lovers. This person has wished for something in the connection, and yet they wish for it and they feel the loss of it. And because the loss is more dominant than the wish in their energy, they keep reproducing the manifestation of not having what it is that they are wanting to manifest. Because when you focus on the lack more than you focus on the having of, you get more and more of the lack of it. Little manifestation 101. That's where this person's head has been at. But let's see what else. Yes, hold on 1 second, Gemini. Sorry about that, Gemini. I had a distraction. Distractions everywhere. That's what it feels like. So, and you know what? I even lost my train of thought. But I feel like, I don't know if it's you or this person, but the energy is really difficult to follow, okay? So again, I feel like there's a lot going on, like a mixture of things going on in the atmosphere. Gemini, and when it comes to this person, it's like they're focused, as I said, more on the lack of something than the having of something, which is not really helping this person. That's why they're feeling tested. Now, they think that the universe is testing them by not giving them what they want, when in reality what is happening is they don't understand maybe that they are the co-creator of their universe. And when you focus on the not having of something and the lack of it in your life, you cannot manifest the having of it. They have to shift their focus or find a way to let go of whatever they're fixated on that they don't have, so that it can actually manifest. But they either have to, like I said, let it go first, meaning take their mind completely away from it, which is difficult to do, and it's something we want that hasn't come yet. Or they have to change their mind about it and think more positively about it, as opposed to feeling lost or hopeless or letting themselves go into that space. They need to find a way to be hopeful, to find a way to be in love with the current circumstances of their life. Because the more you can be in love with the current circumstances of your life, the better it gets, the sooner it gets, right? It gets better sooner, if I can talk. So I feel like this person is kind of grappling with that lack mentality, where they get really hopeful and then they feel hopeless, and then they can feel the connection and then they're not certain about the connection. So there's this weird back and forth, and again, they're feeling like they're being tested, but really the universe is just responding to the mixture of positive and negative thoughts that they have, and they're manifesting mixed results. So there's things that this person still needs to figure out within themselves that's really clear, in order for things to move forward. But let's go deeper. Let's go into the emotions and see what we have coming through the emotional space for you, Gemini. Knight of Cups, Page of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Fool. So Gemini, in your heart of hearts, I feel like emotionally you're ready for fun, romance, expansion, new beginnings, for things to work out in your favor, obviously. But I feel like you're not geared towards going towards the old at all. I feel like you being totally geared towards fresh perspectives, fresh energy, things you haven't tried before, new connections for some of you, or looking for something new in an existing connection, if that's the case. I just saw a black cat walk across the driveway. I just want to make note of that because I don't believe in coincidences. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I just feel, I heard ready for love, ready for passion, ready for expansion, ready for new, right? And I feel like that's where these choices come in, right? You've done a lot of healing work on yourself. You've overcome something here, leaving past the regret of, or remorse or loss of something. And now you have choices. And I feel like you're going to go towards the choice that feels the freshest to you. So let's see what this person has going on in the emotional space. The Nine of Wands, the King of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, ooh, and the Four of Wands. So this person, they let their pride get in the way quite a bit, okay? Don't we all sometimes, right? There's definitely ego involved here. That does kind of block this person from having some sort of solid new beginning here. And yet at the same time, in their heart of hearts, that's really what they want. They want something firm. They want something stable, something real, something that fits into their life in a harmonious way. Like this person is looking for a good time, you know what I mean? And yet, and it could be that some of the reason why they start to make progress and then go backwards is maybe they don't even really know what they really want. I mean, I don't know if this person has like stopped to really think about or examine, do I want this because of my ego or because I genuinely feel better having it? Because there's pride in this situation somehow. It's like they hope for something, and then at the same time they're drained by it, and then they feel connected, and at the same time there's some uncertainty around it. So again, there's this back and forth, like testy energy showing up. So let's go into the most likely future outcome then and see what else for my Geminis. Most likely future outcomes. So Ace of Swords, Five of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Justice card, and then the Five of Pentacles. So in the future energy, Gemini, there's this big picture overview coming in that is going to help you to be more certain about where you want to put your time and energy, and in some weird way balances the karma out, but it may come through in not the way you expected, okay? It's like there's truth in judgment, or there's clarity in conflict. Like the way that something is coming about is maybe through conflict or something being stirred up, but because of that situation or because of what occurs, it helps you to know better, right? It helps you to know better, because I just heard once you know better, you got to do better. And there's something you learned here in the past that you're getting ready to apply to a current or future situation, and you're going to be able to move through whatever this is a lot easier because of what you learned from a prior experience. You're getting smarter, right? That is the evolution of self. We become more and more wise, more and more intelligent, evolved, as we go, right? Because we learn through experience. And most of all, we learn through mistakes, right? And sometimes mistakes are the best way to learn, because you'll never forget it. So there's something here that was on your path, right? That you've done some healing around, that you now are wiser because of, and you're getting ready to use that wisdom, right, to establish whatever boundaries or choices you need to make during this time frame. And this may have come to light because of, you know, things that maybe you didn't want transpiring. But in the big picture, it's all divine, because it's helping to point you in the direction that you do want. There's this like greater sense of purpose coming through as well. So let's see this person's energy in the future. Two of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get back in there. Three of Swords. And the Magician. And the Four of Cups. So again, Gemini, this person is going back and forth, right, with the Two of Pentacles. This is kind of like a head and heart type of thing going on, or feeling split. They're trying to be open-minded, and yet they get hyper-fixated on the hurt of something or how they've been tested, and they start focusing on the lack or the loss, and then they just keep manifesting more to overcome. And then there's you over here who has overcome something that they haven't quite learned yet. That's what it is. There is something that you have already learned, meaning you know better about, right? You know better, that this person has not yet accomplished, not yet really put it together, not yet really learned what they needed to learn. And that's why they keep repeating the cycle. Because see, now they keep thinking that there's something outside of them that is testing them. And they haven't paid attention to their thoughts long enough to see that their thoughts are contributing to the very thing that they're experiencing that they perceive as outside of them. There's nothing that happens to you that is truly outside of you, because the internal and the external is all connected energetically. But we're not going to go into metaphysics and psychic la la land right now. But my point is, they haven't put together the fact that the way that they think about the connection or what they have going on in their life keeps contributing to their experience within the connection and in their life. They have to change perspectives, right? So Spirit's wanting to push them towards this perspective of, if they've asked, it can be given by the universe. The universe has the wherewithal to deliver all requests made by you. As long as you don't focus on the not having or the lack of it, or you have to have faith. That's why religion talks about faith. Spiritual teachings talk about faith. Faith is believing in something before it manifests, because you know it's going to manifest. And when you can get into that sweet energetic spot, it will manifest. So there's work that they need to do on an internal basis around faith, around not forcing outcomes, around allowing themselves to receive, right? Because they get all in their head here, Gemini, and then they create an internal fight. Remember at the beginning of the reading, I was saying like there's either conflict around the situation, or somebody's like having like an internal battle or conflict, within them. And it very well could be their energy, right? Or it could be yours, but I'm now feeling it over here. So that's what's making this person go back and forth. And they're trying to be open. They're trying. But then they get fixated on the hurt of something, and then they keep manifesting mixed results. Where you're over here, Gemini, you have accomplished your lesson here, but there is more clarity coming through, and it may come through an actual conflict, but it may also arise out of a sense of feeling conflicted. But there is like clarity coming through here, Gemini, for you. So let's get some guidance and see what that has to say. Your card says ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself. Gosh, that's so perfect for this reading, right? It's like I'm also like distracted, and I see it seems unfocused to me, the energy. So that may really resonate with some of you. So it resonates with me. This person has dream talk. Your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate through signs, symbols, messages, and more. So your cross watcher needs to pay attention to their dream state or daydream state, as they are being delivered messages from spirit through that realm. So Gemini, wow, beautiful reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. Zodiac signs that you could be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have here Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus, Pisces again, Aquarius again, Aries, Libra. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't yet, you can subscribe by clicking on the little bell down there so that you get notified anytime there's a reading or when I go live. And I will be going live starting every Sunday in February, so don't miss out on that. Also, you can check me out on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. All of it linked below. My social media sites are Tarot Time with Dana. They're also linked in the About section of my YouTube, where you can also find the donation link. If you'd like to donate, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Gemini. And until next time, my friends, namaste.